Good morning. If you're listening to this on your way to work, maybe the sun isn't fully up yet. Maybe your coffee is still too hot to drink. Maybe your mind is already running through lesson plans, behavior charts, emails you haven't answered, and that one student you're worried about. Before you walk into that building today, I need you to remember something. You are not just a teacher. You are part of the few, the proud, the educators. There are professions that wear uniforms people salute. There are professions that carry badges people respect, and they deserve that respect. They serve, protect, and defend, but so do you. They protect the borders of a nation, you protect the future of it. They guard against visible threats, you guard against invisible ones. Ignorance, hopelessness, self-doubt, apathy, and the quiet belief some children carry that they don't matter. And here's the truth. Families don't hand their children over to you lightly. They trust you with the most precious part of their lives. For 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, 9 months a year, for over a decade of that child's life. Think about that. No other profession outside of family has that kind of access to a human soul during its most formative years. You are entrusted with minds that are still forming, hearts that are still soft, identities that are still fragile. You are shaping not just test scores, but character. Not just content knowledge, but conscious. Not just skills, but survival. You teach them how to read, how to be read, how to solve equations, and how to solve conflict, how to analyze a text, and how to analyze themselves. You teach them how to fail, how to try again, how to apologize, how to listen, how to sit in discomfort, how to speak up when it matters. You don't just prepare them for a test, you prepare them for life. You are the adult who notices when something is off, the adult who says you're capable, the adult who doesn't give up, the adult who says, I see you. And sometimes, let's be honest, you're the only adult who says that. That is not small work. That is nation building. Armies defend a country's border. Law enforcement protects its streets. Teachers protect its future. Every doctor, every engineer, every entrepreneur, every soldier, every officer, every judge, every parent once sat in a classroom. Someone taught them to read. Someone taught them to think. Someone taught them to believe they could. And that someone was a teacher. That someone was you. The impact of that service cannot be measured by a paycheck. It cannot be captured fully in data. It cannot be summarized in a single evaluation because the real return on investment shows up at year end. When a student says, I didn't know it at first, but you changed my life. When they tell you, I almost quit, but you didn't let me. When they come back with that younger sibling and say, I want them in your class. The benefits of your service are unmeasurable because your influence multiplies. You don't just change one life, you change every life that life will touch. You are shaping future voters, future leaders, future parents, future creators, future problem solvers. You are shaping the communities of tomorrow. And let's be clear, this work is not easy. You walk into the classroom where needs are heavy, where trauma walks in disruptively, where hunger sometimes sits in the back row, where attention spans compete with algorithms, where self-worth is fragile. And still, you show up, you differentiate, you scaffold, you teach, you redirect, you listen, you encourage, you hold the line. Some days you're a counselor. Some days you are a referee. Some days you are a nurse. Some days you are a comedian. Some days you are a parent. Some days you are the steady presence in a child's chaotic world. And through it all, You are human. You have good days. You have hard days. You have days when you feel like a rock star. You have days when you question everything. But here's what separates you: you keep coming back. That's what makes you the few. That's what makes you the proud. And that's what makes you an educator. You chose a profession where the victories are often invisible. The quiet student who finally raises their hand, the struggling reader who finishes a book, the kid who used to shut down but now stays after class to ask for help, the class that finally learns how to disagree respectfully. No parade for that, no medal ceremony, no headline, but those moments, they change trajectories. And today, as you pull into the parking lot, I want you to straighten your shoulders, walk in with purpose, because you are not entering just a school. You are entering a training ground for citizens, a workshop for character, a laboratory for ideas, a sanctuary for potential. Your classroom is a place where young people learn what is acceptable, what is possible, what is expected, what is forgiven, what is celebrated. You set the tone. You model integrity. You model patience. You model resilience. You model what it looks like to be an adult who cares. And when you demand excellence, when you refuse to lower the bar, when you believe in a student before they believe in themselves, you are doing the deepest form of service. Because love without expectation doesn't prepare them. And expectation without love don't sustain them. But you balance both. You say, I care about you too much to let you quit. I respect you too much to let you disrespect others. I believe in you too much to accept less than your best. That is leadership. That is service. That is legacy work. The world may not always understand why you do it. It may reduce it to a lesson plan and grading. It may debate it in headlines and meetings. But the families who send their children to you, they know. They trust you. They trust you to keep their child safe, to challenge their child, to nurture their child, to correct their child, to guide their child. That trust is sacred, and you honor it every single day you show up prepared. So if you're tired this morning, remember, the future is sitting in your classroom. If you're frustrated, remember, growth is rarely loud. It is slow and steady. If you're discouraged, remember, seeds do not sprout the day they are planted. You may not see the full harvest, but you are planting forest. You are the few, the proud, the educators. Sir, yes, sir.